Good day, everyone. For today's video, we will be having methods of proof. First, we will be having the direct proof. Let us prove that if n plus 4 is odd, then n is odd. Let us assume that n is odd, then n equals 2k plus 1 for some integer k. Thus, 5n plus 4 equals 5, 2k plus 1 is odd, hence it is proved. Now, let's go to indirect proof. We will be having the same theorem. In this direct proof, we will first get its proof by contrapositive. Our theorem is if 5n plus 4 is odd, then n is odd. Its contrapositive is if n is even, then 5n plus 4 is even. Let's suppose that the conclusion is false. N is even. Then n equals 2k for some integer k. Then 5n plus 4 equals 5, 2k plus 4 is equal to 10k plus 4. To factor it out, it will become 2, 5k plus 1. Thus, 5n is even because it is equal to 2j for an integer. J equals 5k plus 2, so 5n is not odd. We have shown that the negation of n is odd, then 5n plus 4 is odd. Thus, its contrapositive 5n plus 4 is odd, then n is odd. Now, let's proceed to the next indirect proof, which is the proof by contradiction. And we will be having the same theorem, which is if 5n plus 4 is odd, then n is odd. Let us assume that 5n is odd and n is even. N is even, therefore, n is equal to 2k. 5n plus 4 equals 5, 2k plus 4. 10k plus 4 equals 2, 5k plus 1. And 5k plus 1 is even. Therefore, 5n plus 4 is even. And this is a contradiction. Therefore, our assumption is wrong, and n must be odd. And now let's proceed to our PMI, which stands for Principle by Mathematical Induction. Let us prove that the sum of cubes of n natural numbers is equal to n plus 1 squared for all n natural numbers. In the given statement, we are asked to prove 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus to the nth cube equals n plus 1 squared. Now, with the help of the principle of induction in math, let us check the validity of the given statement Pn for n equals 1. So P1 equals 1, 1 plus 1 squared squared equals 1. And this is true. Now, as the given statement is true for n equals 1, we shall move forward and try proving this for n equals k. So, 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus to the k cube equals k plus 1 squared. Let us now try to establish that k plus 1 is also true. So, 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube to the k cube, k plus 1 cube equals k plus 1 squared plus k plus 1 cube is equal to 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube to the k cube plus k plus 1 cube equals k squared k plus 1 to the 4th power plus k plus 1 cube, which is equal to k squared k plus 1 squared plus 4 k plus 1 cube to the 4th power equals k plus 1 squared k squared plus 4 k plus 1 to the 4th power to k plus 1 squared plus 4k plus 4 to the 4th power, and it is equal to k plus 1 squared k plus 2 squared to the 4th power k plus, which is also equal to k plus 1 squared k plus 1 plus 1 squared to the 4th power, which we have k plus 1 squared k plus 1 plus 1 squared to the 4th power. Thank you and God bless.